Okay, let's see. Let me go back here because all right. So when it comes to the donors, um, again, it's in person and it's online. Both things have to happen in tandem. People may see your post and decide that they want to give money, right? Or they may have met your director because for the most part, the directors of every adult literacy provider, excuse me, their main job is fundraising, right? Their main job is, kissing babies and snoozing and drinking tea and eating crumpets. I don't know, whatever they do, but their job is to bring the money in, right? So most of the donations, the big donors, the big money, it comes from that in-person stuff. But most of these donors, they're going to do their due diligence. They want to make sure that they're giving money to a program that's viable. So they're going to go to your website. Okay, again, you guys have so much going on, you do so much, maybe your organization doesn't have that much funding, so your website most likely hasn't been updated in the last year, right? Is that a safe assumption? But what should be current? What should the donors be able to go and see like, oh, they're constantly doing things? That's your social media, right? And so that's why it's important, even on the website, to have links to your social media platforms. So if I'm a donor and I see, okay, this last picture, everybody in the picture had masks, so this thing hasn't been updated since the heart of the pandemic, because we're still in the pandemic, right? But it hasn't been updated since the heart of the pandemic. I might be like, I don't know if I want to drop 50,000. I don't know what they're currently doing. But if I scroll down to the bottom of that website and I see your Twitter, your X, excuse me, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, and I click that, and then I see updated stuff, oh, okay. All right. So again, social media and in-person stuff, it goes hand in hand. Your volunteers, same thing, learners. Okay, we can move on. You guys get it. You guys are so smart. I can already tell. Alrighty, so type of content. Now, the simplest content is text, just words, typing. Facebook and LinkedIn, these are the prompts they give you. Facebook asks you what's on your mind. LinkedIn asks, what do you want to talk about? So those are the posts that are the easiest to do, right? They're not that intimidating. All of us feel confident in typing something, right? So even yesterday and leading up to this, I put a quote about social media is not a sprint, it's a marathon. That wasn't, I didn't have to use Canva or any software. I just typed it and I put it up there, right? Again, that post may not get that much engagement, but it's all feeding that algorithm that's going to get people to actually log on. And if you are a bit shy about writing, you can always use Chat GPT, which is why we had that as one of the links for you guys to sign up for in the beginning. You can ask Chat GPT, make me a Facebook post about adult literacy. Um, don't tell anybody, but I use that a lot, especially for LinkedIn, because let's be honest, everybody on LinkedIn already sounds like a robot. I'm so honored. I'm so humbled. I'm so grateful, right? Like the people have been sounding like AI on LinkedIn forever. So I just use Chat GPT for that. Okay. Um, Photos, yes, taking pictures, selfies, all of that. Graphics and flyers. We'll get into that when we start to use Canva. Videos, reels and shorts, which are 30-second videos. You have your regular posts that stay permanently on your page, and then you have your stories, which will only stay up for 24 hours. And I'm just going to pause here for about 30 seconds to check the chat to see if we have any questions. You have major FOMO, Kristen. Yes, and that's why you're here. Love it. All right, cool beans. Let us journey on. All righty. So somebody asked, how do we create FOMO? I believe that was my good friend Alba. Yes, good friend because we go way back. So again, it comes back to looking at social media like going on a job interview or going on a first date. Okay. You want to present whatever it is that you're doing in a way that creates an emotion that makes a person feel like I have to be a part of this. Tally, let me ask you, because I believe you came into our funnel via social media, right? When you were seeing our posts, what emotion or what feeling were you getting? What made you think I want to connect?
It seemed like you guys are really passionate and authentic and really
Mm,
connected to the community. So like that was definitely something that drew me and made me feel like, oh, I know these people already. I've never met you, but
Mm,
like I just felt that connection, and then it was validated after I met you all.
I love that.
But yeah, I think that's social media definitely helped that out for sure.
Thank you for that. Passionate and authentic, that definitely describes everybody in Mighty Mole, right? I think sometimes when it comes to social media, you think that it needs to look so polished, right? The video, everything needs to look so perfect. It can be intimidating. So for the 90 providers that are in our network, all of them I follow on their social media, right? So you have some providers that are very well funded, some providers that have whole marketing departments, and they put together these perfect presentations, these perfect videos. And what is the engagement like? Our engagement is actually higher, zero, right? Because it's not conveying the passion. It's not conveying authentic. Sometimes when we want to make everything so professional, it actually ends up being pretentious. Okay. So you want to keep in mind who you're going after. Now, mind you, your donors may want to see something that's like professional quality. I get that. Your students, you think they care? They want to know that they're going to be comfortable wherever they're going. The same thing for your volunteers. So different posts for different audiences in mind. Okay, I feel like I've been talking a lot, so let me speed up so we can get to the work. Cross promotion, we talked about that. Alba, I hope that kind of answers your question about FOMO. How do you create fear of missing out? You want to have some kind of emotional appeal in your posts, okay? And then desired results, we talked about that. Don't get caught up in the likes. And again, all those things are good. What action do you want your viewers to take? Do you want them to go to your website and download the adult literacy blueprint? Do you want them to sign up for your emails? You guys know last week Facebook went down. Did anybody notice that? If Facebook or social media is your only way to connect, that could be a problem. So you want to consistently use your social media to feed people to your website, to your newsletter. All of you guys who have registered for this course, I don't know if you guys are already getting our emails, but we're absolutely going to add you to the email list. Okay? So these are the major platforms. Very quickly, I'm wondering which ones you think donors are more likely to be on. And you can put it in the chat or you can unmute yourself and we can kind of just popcorn out. LinkedIn. Okay. I like it. Facebook. Okay. I agree. X and LinkedIn. Okay. Cool. All right. So again, when we're thinking about different posts for different audiences, we want to keep in mind the platform. I don't think many donors are on Instagram because donors are typically old money, just to keep it real, right? They're not on Instagram or Snapchat. Don't worry yourself about that. Let's see. Volunteers, where do you think we can find them? Facebook? Sure. A lot of this kind of comes down to the age demographic too, right? A lot of volunteers do tend to be seasoned. We'll use that word, right? So they're probably on Facebook. Brittany says everywhere. I agree with that too. Pam says on TikTok. Everybody's on TikTok, honey. TikTok is a happy place. That's my favorite one. Um, and Alba is typing. Facebook seems like the most likely for engagement. Yes, and I would say LinkedIn is the most likely for professional engagement. So when it comes down to trainings and things of that nature, right? Because LinkedIn is where most of the people came for the digital symposium. Wait, there was one more. Volunteers equal Facebook, maybe Instagram. Yep, agreed. So the answer really is that it's going to be a mixed bag, right? But that's why you just want to diversify what you're posting and where you're posting. Okay, cool. Now we can get into some good stuff. Raise your hand, or you could say yes. You could just say yes in the chat box or say it on the mic. If you know how to schedule your posts. Okay, kind of. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to show us how to do it on LinkedIn first because that's one of the easier places to schedule a post. All right. So share this tab instead. Okay, that sounds cool. Create. Okay, start a post. Um, we had an amazing time during today's training. Now, I would normally add the selfie that I just took, but I took it on my phone and I have to transfer it to the computer. So for time's sake, we're just going to use a text post as an example for how to schedule. We'll get into how to create those other posts in a moment. Okay. So do you guys see at the bottom, you see post? And do you see this little clock right next to it? And if we hover, you see exactly what it says. And I'm just going to come back to Teams and make sure you guys can all see that. Okay, cool. So yeah, so then I will click schedule for later. Today is the 12th. Yeah, this is going to end at 2:30. And again, I want to create fear of missing out. So I want this post to drop exactly at 2:30. So those people who may have forgotten to log on, they see it immediately and they're like, oh man, I wish I was there. And then they're more likely to actually show up for the next one. Okay. Gives me a little reminder. Okay, like, are you sure you're going to post Tuesday the 12th at 2:30? If I decide, oops, I accidentally put PM instead of AM, I can click edit and then go and change it. Okay. But if I'm good with it, okay, I double check there's no typos. We had an amazing time during today's. Yeah, that should be an apostrophe. Yeah, you always got to check that punctuation. And I'm going to go ahead and click schedule. Okay, scheduled time of post must be between 1 hour and 3 months from now. So that one is too soon, so it won't let me do it. So I'm going to change it to 3 p.m. and schedule. Yeah. Okay. Um, Go ahead and schedule a post, please. Maybe you don't want to use text. Maybe you want to use an article, right? Maybe you have a picture already, something that's already on your computer that you can post. Tally said she wanted to build the confidence to start the post. Well, honey, we doing it in real time. Okay. So you guys have 2 minutes. Go ahead and schedule a post on LinkedIn. And let me actually send myself the picture so I can update that post. I told you guys we will do it in real time. I wasn't just going to run my mouth.